Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. I'm just fresh off the game, off the Euros, Georgia and Spain. Fortunately, disappointing loss for Georgia. Yeah, I was going with Georgia, but they didn't end up taking the W. So hopefully everyone's doing all right. If you're watching this as a recording, make sure to leave a like and feel free to share the live stream to help us out. But in this one, we'll just go over the altcoin market. We'll take a look at some low caps, the ones that we usually cover. And if you have any suggestions, you can start leaving those in the comments as well. Let me know if the audio and the video are working fine. They should be. Okay, so let's start off with Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the dominance real quick on the monthly. Okay, so on the RSI, we're running into the same resistance. So once the dominance starts dropping, that's when you have your massive alt season, right? This is where you had your massive alt season in 2021, where the dominance dropped from 71% down to 38% by October 2021. That was your massive alt season, and we're going to be looking at a similar situation playing out this time around. However, we don't know if we're going to be able to go back up to 71%. That's why I have this block over here highlighted between 58 all the way down to 53.5. So this is based on the trading range we had back in 2018 and this back test of support in September 2020. So we had this as support. Now we're back testing it as resistance. Then we had a bit of a sideways movement here during the bear market, and then December 2022, November 2022 is when Bitcoin bottomed, and from there we saw a massive incline in the Bitcoin dominance. Now, taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, we looked at it yesterday, but just a quick little refresh. We're doing okay on the monthly chart. We could still potentially come back down to the 20 EMA and we would be healthy. However, on the weekly chart, that would cause us to go below the 20 EMA significantly. And what we're hoping for right now is that we're going to close the candle above the 20 EMA, and that would be the most bullish scenario. So we can just wait for the monthly 20 EMA to come up while we're consolidating. So as long as we consolidate above the 20 EMA with potential wicks down below it here and there, that's fine. But as long as we keep closing candles above the 20 EMA on the weekly chart, we should be good to go for the next leg up of the bull market. And if we zoom out just a bit here, you can see that we have a nice Elliott wave structure with our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're waiting for the wave 4 bottom over here. It could take us several months for this to play out. We could wait all the way until the end of the year for this to start playing out. We don't know. Personally, I think September, October is when we'll start having the next move to the upside. Now, I know a lot of people are doing calculations and they're saying November 2025 is when we'll have the bull market peak. Is that possible? Yes. Do I think it's going to go until November 2025? I don't know. I don't know, guys. And then again, is anyone going to risk holding their assets through summer 2025? Because I can bet there's going to be a massive correction in spring 2025 over here. And then if you don't take profits there, you might have one more chance in summer 2025. But if you don't take profits then and you're waiting until November, that's just craziness in my opinion. And if we break above $100,000, I will be taking profits on all of my altcoins, regardless of where they are, because you want to secure profits. You want to make sure you secure some profits, because if you don't do that and you keep holding your entire altcoin portfolio until the very, very peak of the bull market, there's a very good chance you're going to get burned and you're going to suffer the bear market correction. Then you'll think it's just a retracement, and then you'll start printing a lower high. You'll think that's when we're going to print another all-time high, and then you get another rejection and you get sent back down. This is how people got burned back here. Okay, so they had this peak and everyone thought that was just the first peak. Then all of these theories about the double top bull market played out, and we actually did have a nice double top bull market. Some people think the second wave wasn't supposed to play out the way it did, but we have what we have. We have a double top here. Then we have that correction, and people were like, okay, this is just going to be a retracement. We're going to be going to 100K. And then you had this slight move to the upside into April 2022. You got rejected from there, and then a month later or 2 months later, you were sitting at $20,000. So I don't want the same thing to happen to you guys. That's why once we start this wave 5, once the alt season kicks in, I want to be taking profits, and that's what I would be recommending. Of course, this is not financial advice by any means. Now, where will wave 5 top up? That's what we don't know. It could be $117,000, could be $156,000, could be $96,000 for all I know. This wave 5 could, let's say, start playing out in October, and it takes us, a few months to get to $96,000. After that, we have some altcoins probably pumping until January 2025, and that's it for the bull market. Who's to say that that's not the way it's going to play out? It could get overextended into May 2025, obviously, and we could get to $117,000, $150,000 by that point. But you have to be ready to take profits on your altcoins is the main message of this whole lecture that I just did. Good evening. Well, it's still not evening where I'm at, technically, but hello, Elorm. Hello, George. It's morning where you're at. That's right. Can you please look into Ando, please? Thanks in advance. Yes, we can take a look at Ando, my friend. Let's take a look at Ando. Okay, let's jump into the daily. Ando's been doing pretty good. Okay, let's grab that. And so as of right now, Ando is essentially holding this previous all-time high from March 2024. So you have a nice block here that's acting as a support level for us. So this was our resistance back in April 2024, and then in May 2024, then we broke out above it. June 2024, we print a new all-time high, and right now we're back testing that level as support. The next leg up could be within the next few months, so be ready. In terms of accumulation, I would say anything below $1 is a really good buying price. So if you have a wick below that, make sure to set up some buy limit orders at roughly 99 cents. Then you have 92 cents over here at the 0.786. To be exact, it's 0.9216. Obviously, don't have round numbers in your buy limit orders. That's something that we talk about, and we have talked about that many, many times. And it seems like we have a nice trend line over here that's acting as support. So you can see we're bouncing off $1.09.5. We keep bouncing off of it. We had 1, 2, so this looks like a nice triple bottom pattern here. We could have maybe a relief rally, some sort of a move to the upside after we break above this neckline here. That would take us to $1.42, but of course only after we break above the neckline, which is over here. So if the next move takes us above that, and we even have a nice back test, you could be targeting the 1.414/$1.42. So the 1.414 is $1.39, and the technical target from the pattern is $1.42. That's a possibility. But then if we have another rejection from that same level at $1.24, it's possible that we're just in a sideways channel, and then we're neither bullish nor bearish because we are just waiting for some sort of a move. That's what usually happens when you're in sideways channels. So we have 3 bounces off of the support already, 2 bounces off of the resistance, right? So if we have another rejection here, after that, we're expecting another move back down to $1.09. In terms of buying, I would not be buying Ando at these levels. If there is a correction further down below $1, that's where I would be accumulating. So starting with the 786, that's where I would be buying. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. And then we have the RSI that's doing really well here. In terms of cooling off, because we were overextended, as you can see, in June, May 2024. We came back down from there a bit. Let's actually add a block here. That's going to be much easier to target. So every time you come back down to this block, you have a move to the upside. That has been the case in March, in April, in May, and to a lesser extent in June. But let's open up Ando on CoinMarketCap. $1.6 billion market cap, so you could be looking at a fair 10x from the current values. But you have to take a look at the circulating supply, though, because it's only 13% from the total supply. So keep that in mind. And if we go to markets, so you can get this on Coinbase, but they're available on Binance too, so I'm not sure why. Oh, it's only a perpetual. They don't have it on the spot market in on Binance. Interesting. Well, you have Coinbase, you have KuCoin, you have Bybit, you have MEXC, so you have plenty of options. It's not going to be very hard getting hands on the token. Welcome everyone who's joining the live. From sunny California, always sunny, always warm. Sometimes California, is that what Charles Hoskinson says, or something along those lines? I'm actually going to be visiting Chicago soon. Any of you guys in Chicago? Ross, hey there, my friend. Well, England played today. Did you watch the game, Ross? They got real lucky at the end of the game there before extra time. We'll take a look at Theta, George. We're going to take a look at Theta right now. I was just watching a video by some remote viewers. They say Theta can get to $100 in this bull run. So $100 is going to be $100 billion market cap. So do you think Theta can get to $100 billion market cap? That is the question. And how, like in relation to that, what are the market caps of other projects going to look like? Because if Theta is going to be sitting at 100 billion, for example, then I guess BNB would have to be what? Because BNB is essentially an 85x away from Theta. So I guess BNB would have to go to like 500 billion or something. And then Ethereum would have to be sitting at $1 trillion plus. And, you know, it just doesn't seem realistic this time around. Just doesn't seem realistic, my friend. I'm leaning towards $20 to $30. You know, $20 to $30 billion market cap is very doable in my opinion, but $100 billion market cap, that's just, you know, if it happens, great, but I just don't see how that happens in the next year or so. But that's just my personal opinion. And I do own Theta. I do own Theta. My average is, can't remember, is it around 70 cents or something? Something around 70 cents probably. Yeah, somewhere around here. But if we take a look at Theta on the weekly, we're doing very well here. We broke above the August 2022 high. Right now we are below it, which is a bit negative. I was hoping we'd hold that. I was hoping we'd hold $1.70. We didn't, unfortunately. And now from that local top in March, we are down 65% approximately. And then you have another good buying level over here at $1.30. So that would be an optimal entry point. Anything below that is a very, very fortunate entry. But if you're looking to dollar cost average right now, I would only do that if your average buying price is, you know, above $3 to $4. In that case, yeah, you can be buying Theta at these prices. For me right now, there's no point in buying Theta. I have a good entry. I have enough tokens. But if you feel like you want more, you want to add to your position, by all means, feel free to do that. It's a 65% correction from the local top. So this is a good entry, especially if you're looking for a short to mid-term trade. You could catch a relief rally sometime in July to August, because we usually have that. For example, if you take a look at this June rally into the end of July for Theta, we went up approximately 50%. And then we had something similar happen in 2022. June into August, 70% rally. And then here, July 2021 into September 2021, 170% rally. So usually there is a relief rally in you know, July, August, usually. And if you're looking to catch that, you're looking to trade that, right now is also a pretty good entry point. We usually bottom out sometimes in June/early July, if you look at the previous few years. So it's possible that we're about to form our bottom and we're about to move out from there. And then our all-time high here is sitting at roughly 16 bucks. And we're looking at $30 as our main bull market target. Can we get there? We'll have to wait and see. But that's definitely doable in my opinion. That's a good conservative target. And overall, the Theta chart looks really, really good. We gave you this massive support block from 79 cents down to 55 cents. That's based on this trading range from 2020. That played out nicely. We had 2 retests of that block. You could have entered if you were watching the videos and you were doing your own research and analysis. You could have seen this block and you could have entered. And right now, you could have either traded that or you could have entered just for the long term. And you're like me, waiting for the next leg up of the bull market. But yeah, exactly. $100 billion market cap is crazy. Are you following Eagled by any chance? Yes, we are doing, we're trying to do Eagled videos on a weekly basis. If you go to my channel, for example, we open up my channel and you take a look at my most recent upload. We just did a Multiverse X update. So feel free to check that out. Also, there will be an interesting video coming out later today on the channel, so stay tuned. Have the notification bells turned on, guys. Never thought I'd say that about the notification bells, but I did. $30 happy days. Exactly. Exactly. So your average is about what the current price is. I am Diamond Hands, just want to sell once at the end of the bull market, not a trader. Yeah, so the thing is, being Diamond Hands, the only logical coin to have Diamond Hands on is Bitcoin. And even then, when you're in a bull market peak, why wouldn't you sell and just buy back lower unless you're a billionaire that just doesn't care? I don't see why you wouldn't sell. But only Bitcoin is a logical coin to have Diamond Hands with. Everything else, I just don't know why you wouldn't sell. And then again, it's not about selling at the top of the bull market. It's about reaching your targets. And it's about gradually taking profits based on Bitcoin, based on what the Fed is doing, and so on and so forth. Because if your targets aren't met, but Bitcoin is sitting at $150,000, the interest rates have been cut, and we're sitting at zero, and Theta isn't doing anything, you know, you have to readjust your strategy. You have to start taking profits. That's the way it is. Otherwise, you're going to get burned if you're stuck with that one target at $30 and you're not going to sell unless you get to it. Well, you know, just be ready that some coins are not going to get to your targets, and that's fine. Awesome. I'll go check it out. Will subscribe. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome aboard. And then again, for anyone who is new, who hasn't yet checked out our Patreon, the link is going to be down below in the description. Feel free to get a 7-day free access to all of my portfolios, all of my trade alerts, 60 plus low cap gems that we're covering, and all of the airdrops that we do have, and also an exclusive Telegram chat with only patrons involved. And we do share a lot of projects, strategies, ideas there. So feel free to check it out. It's a nice community. Anyways, let's take a look at, okay, we have Celestia from Elorm. Let's take a look at Celestia. So the problem with Celestia is it looks like the VC is dumping. It looks like, because we're down at $6 now. Let's go to token unlocks and let's see if we have TIA up there. I think we should have Celestia. There we go. Okay, so July, August. So until October 2020, until October 30th, 2024, we will not have any unlocks. So until, like, you still have 4 months essentially. So until that, well, July, August, September, October, yeah, 4 months, 4 full months. And from there, you'll start having massive, massive supply increases. It's going to get absolutely crazy. All the way until October 30th, 2025. Then it's going to ease up a little bit. And by October 30th or 31st, 2027, the entire supply should be out. So is this something you want to be holding after October 30th this year? I don't know. And then at the moment, what does it show in terms of unlocked? 194 million, so like 20% of the total supply is out. Let's go to the chart and see what Celestia is doing on the chart there. Okay, so we lost the broadening descending wedges support, which is not very good, to be honest with you. Okay, so we have this low from May 2024 that we broke below, back tested it as resistance, and then we dumped below the 1.618. So in terms of buying, like, this is a really good buying opportunity. If you're planning to hold it until October or the end of October, I'm with you. After that, I don't know if it makes much sense holding Celestia unless there will be so much demand that the token dilution is not even going to affect the price that much. But in terms of the RSI, you know, we're sitting at local bottom prices here, just like we were back in May 2024 and just like we were back in April 2024. So great buying opportunities if you want to fill up your bags, bring down that average buying price, then, you know, these are good prices to do that. And in terms of targets, like, we really want to settle in with a bottom before we start giving you any targets, of course. But let's just assume that right now we're printing the bottom. So we're going to be looking at $27 during the bull market peak there. And hopefully we can get there before October 2024. So you have 4 months to essentially do a 363% to the upside. After that, I really don't know what's going to happen. It's very possible we're going to dump from there, and the selling pressure is going to be just too much to handle. But that is going to be during the, like, October 30th is going to be during the presidential election hype. So we'll see how that affects altcoins, and we'll see how that affects the markets in general. It should be a positive effect, especially if Donald Trump takes the W, because he's promising us to be the crypto president, whatever that's supposed to mean. So we'll see if he actually sticks to his word. It would be nice for crypto in general, and he's claiming that he's going to stop Biden's war on crypto. So we'll see how that plays out, but I would say be careful with believing too much what these people say. It's never for the good of us, obviously. It's just useful for him to say that stuff. And then if he sticks to it, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. So good buying price for Celestia at $28 roughly is going to be our target for now. All right. Targets. I think this is better. Targets. Okay, I don't have any except to stay with this amazing group and watch your opinions, and I will have a better idea when to sell. Thanks to everyone and you, Hazik. No problem, my friend. Well, I think regardless of what other people say, you still have to have your own targets, because your situation is different from other people's situations. You may need the money. For example, in November this year, some people are okay with holding until May 2025. So you have to kind of, always count that in. And some people invest the same amount that you invest, but to them, that amount of money is insignificant. So they will be less careful with it than you are. So that's why you have to have your own. You have to have your own targets. My average price per dot is $16.45. Wow, that is pretty high. It's now 6. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would definitely be dollar cost averaging into Polkadot. Are you staking your coins on the Nova wallet? Because you should be dollar cost averaging and you should be staking as much as you can so that you can bring down the average price. Again, not financial advice. No, not staking dot. Well, you should be staking, my friend. You should be staking. Only if no one else has questions. Do not want to take up all the space. Mana average is 241. It's now 33 cents worth dollar cost averaging. Cut losses. Thanks. Okay, so we'll take a look at that in just a second. Moon River, Elijah Ulawang Miga. Hopefully I got that right. So Moon River, let's take a look at Moon River. It's holding up okay, right? It's not dropping as some of the other altcoins, holding above $11, as you can see. We gave you this support quite a while back at $10.30-ish. And we've been holding that, look at that, just a few wicks below, lots of buying pressure coming from that area, above $10. So that's good to see. That's really good to see. Of course, if there's a black swan event, if there's a massive crash in the financial markets, we could dump very quickly with the Moon River. Very possible. And then your next area is kind of over here. You can zoom out and see what else we have. Well, we have a top over here at $9.20. You have a slight little bottom section over here at $7.90. So I would definitely set up some buy limit orders in advance. However, if you have 0 Moon River coins, this is where I would be looking at adding some more or starting a position. And then if we go lower, you just buy more. And then send them to staking. There's only a 2-day unstaking period for Moon River, which makes it very easy to unstake and sell if you're looking to do that. Unlike some other projects like Polkadot, where you have to wait for 4 weeks, or Cosmos, where you have to wait for 3 weeks. Moon River is just 2 days. And then with these extension levels to the downside, you have $8.34, $7.58, and $6.60 for your targets to the downside. So we just essentially took the high from June and the bottom from April. Full disclosure, I do have Moon River, by the way. Okay, do you think it will drop below $10? Well, unless Bitcoin, does something drastic, then I don't think Moon River is going to drop below $10. We looked at Manta in the previous live stream yesterday, but just for you, we'll take a quick look at it again. Okay, so $339 million market cap. So again, Manta has dropped quite significantly here. We're sitting at the 2.272 support at 98 cents. Looks like we're trying to, the RSI has bottomed out already and we're moving up. Below $1 is a very good buying chance for you. So if you see the price dropping below $1, make sure to start averaging into Manta. Of course, that's not financial advice. Then you have that trend line that would act as resistance in case we started coming up again. But it's all about, breaking the trend here, because we are in an obvious downtrend. You have lower lows and lower highs. So what we need to do is we need to start printing higher highs and higher lows, essentially. And then we need to start breaking above $1.83. That's going to be a massive target. we need to break above $1.48. That's a massive target. And then $2 and what's that? $2.05. Those are three major targets based on these touches here. Once we are able to break above them, that will give us more confidence to the fact that we are actually breaking the downtrend and we're moving up. In terms of buying, right now, Manta is good to buy, in my opinion. I do have some Manta, although I don't have any dry powder at the moment because I'm dealing with some other stuff that I need to deal with. So once I have some dry powder, I'll probably end up buying more Manta. And now let's take a look at Mana. I don't have any Mana personally. Let's see what's happening here with this thing. Okay, so we're sitting at this support at 33 cents. We did give you this back quite a while back, actually. June 2023, so essentially a year ago, we retested the exact same level. Okay, we can remove that trend line actually. And right now you can see there is a massive resistance level over here. So that was our support in June 2022. We broke below it, back test of resistance in 2023, and then once again in 2024, and we get sent back down every single time. So we need to break above this block over here for Decentraland Mana. In terms of buying, right now is a good time to be dollar cost averaging. If we take a look at the CoinMarketCap page, I just want to see the dilution here. Not much dilution, to be honest with you. $630 million market cap. I mean, it's still possible for us to reach the all-time high prices. However, in terms of new all-time high prices, that's a big if, in my opinion. I don't know if we can do that. Let me actually make it. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, so $13.69 is going to be your target here for Decentraland Mana, but that's only after we break above the all-time high, which I don't know if we can do it this time around. We'll have to wait and see. But if your average buying price is somewhere above $1, I would probably start averaging in right now. So right now, and then below that, you have 32.5 cents. And anything below that is just a steal. However, we do not want to be dropping below this low from September 2023, because then we would actually be in a continuous downtrend. We haven't broken above the August high from 2022. We're still printing lower highs and lower lows. Well, we haven't printed a lower low yet, but if we do, then that essentially confirms that we're still in this downtrend. So things aren't looking as good for Mana as they are for some other projects, I'll be honest. But there's still a chance. As long as we hold the September 2023 low, we should be good to go. I'm with an Australian exchange. Well, are there any restrictions, or what do you mean? AD Chapman. We'll take a look at Near real quick, but we will be uploading a separate video today for Near Protocol. But Near is doing really good. I do own Near, one of my top holdings. Get rid of that. So Near right now is below the 20 EMA, which is not ideal, of course. But if you take a look at the monthly chart, We're above the 20 EMA here. Technically speaking, we can even drop down to $4 and we'd still be bullish. We're nowhere close to our September 2023 low. That's also good. We retested the second fib level here twice based on this fractal here that we had from the bottom in October last year to the top in February 2023. And we got to the 1.618, and then we got to the second fib level twice. Perfect retracement. Now what we're looking for is we're looking to hold, well, hopefully, I was hoping that we would have held the August 2022 high. We didn't do that. We broke slightly below. So right now, as long as we hold this area, which is $3.80, that's based on this local top that we had from December 2023 and to an extent here in July 2022. As long as we hold that, we should be good to go. This is still going to be a nice, so essentially this is a wave 1, right? We're looking for a wave 2 here, and then wave 3, which is usually the biggest wave 4, and then wave 5. But Bitcoin is waiting for its wave 5. For Near Protocol, it's not the same thing. So we have our wave 1. Wave 2 is usually a small wave. And then you have your wave 3, which is usually the biggest wave out of the entire count. Then you have your wave 4, and then your wave 5. So to be conservative, I'm waiting for $40 to $50 per token for Near. Our average entry on Patreon is around $1.50. So we were buying in during this entire correction, and we're staking on the Ledger Live app. So if you were on Patreon, we were giving you all of these buy alerts, and anyone who bought in, congratulations. We're doing great. Haven't taken profits yet, still waiting for the next leg up. And towards the end of the year, we will start taking profits on Near Protocol, regardless of the fact if our targets were met or not. Because we have set up some targets. We do have exit strategies for a lot of the coins that we cover on Patreon. If you want to check that out, there's a 7-day free trial down below in the description. So what we do is we do an exit strategy video for a coin where we cover 4 targets that I'm looking at. And I basically break it down in percentage terms of how much I'm going to be selling at each price. And then if things change, like they did for Injective, for example, we had to readjust our Injective targets because of how bullish the coin was. We had to move up the targets just by a bit. We're not going to be doing that for every coin, but Injective was an exception. But Near Protocol is doing amazing. Personally, I wouldn't be buying any Near whatsoever if I did not have any. I'd much rather buy Polygon Matic, for example, than buying Near, because Near has been very, very overextended. And then again, it depends. If you're just getting into the markets, Near Protocol is a perfect buy for you. If you already have a massive portfolio and you're looking for good gains, like maybe a 10x, you're looking at Near probably a 10x here. We'll have to wait and see. But if you're looking for a safe coin, Near is perfect. If you're looking for good gains, then I'd probably skip Near unless it drops below $4. Then I'd be looking for entries. We gave you $4.50 multiple times, and that was met perfectly here in June and in April. So you could have traded that a bit if you wanted to, but like I said, Polygon Matic is looking much, much better right now in terms of buying. Yes, exactly. We're in the corrective wave 2 right now for a Near Protocol. We're going to be looking for that massive wave 3, which is probably going to line up with the next alt season that we're going to be having. And then that's probably going to break above the all-time high prices. We'll get to maybe $40. Let's say we have a correction to $25, and then that wave 5 takes us maybe slightly above the wave 3 peak. But the important part for me is I'll probably be taking profits here during wave 3, and then we'll leave some tokens for, like, depending on what the situation is in the markets in general. We'll see if we leave more coins for a potential wave 5 there, but I will be taking profits. I'm not going to be waiting until like $90 per token just to start selling. That's not going to be smart at all. No problem, my friend. No problem, 80. Stay tuned for a full Near video. We'll be dropping that today. Can you please learn us some basic indicators to read the chart and taking entries? So if you go to my channel and you scroll down on the main page, you do have technical analysis section here. So we do have the Fibonacci retracement, we do have the Elliott wave theory, and we do have 2 patterns that we covered. I plan on uploading more videos, but these are the only ones that we have for now. And then if you're looking for me to actually teach you the stuff that I know, like, it's going to take a while to do it on YouTube here. Usually we do that on Patreon. So if you want to join the Patreon, feel free to do that. Once again, the link is down below in the description. Some tiers have one-on-one calls. And I'm happy to help if you want to learn. But in terms of the YouTube, we do have 4 videos there that are on the screen right now. Okay. So I don't think we'll have any more time to look at any other coins. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your requests. We'll have another live stream tomorrow probably. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for a near protocol update, and then we'll have an interesting video about some fake news dropping on the channel today as well. So thank you all for watching, guys. Once again, check out the Patreon down below in the description if you still haven't. Like I said, 7-day trial with access to all of my portfolios, trade alerts, podcasts, exclusive videos for Patreon, and all that good jazz. No problem, Elijah. Very nice seeing you on the live. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.